Alrighty, can we get your name and how to spell it?
Hi guys, it's Ellie here, and I am rehearsing 2 variations for the Youth America Grand Prix, and this is our Life on Point special. So the first variation that I'm doing is Swan Lake Pas de Trois, and it is in the setting of Swan Lake. Basically the storyline is the girl gets turned into a swan, and then suddenly she has to figure out where her prince is so that he can fall in love with her and break the curse. Long story short, they both die in the end. So I get to play the happy role of that, and I get to play the Duchess of the Pas de Trois in the very first act. And this one is very fun and playful and light, and it's all about footwork. It's very technical. It's not as flowy, and it's not as moving as far as body. It's very straight up and down, but also it breathes a lot. So a lot of the performance comes from the facial expressions and the upper body and all of that. It's all about precise footwork, and yeah, it's very technically hard, but it's short, so it's bearable, but it does require a lot of stamina. And for me, performing that is really actually something I never thought I would be able to do, because when I tried this 2 years ago, I could not do it whatsoever. But finally, I feel like I'm at that place where I actually have the strength, the physical strength and ability to do it, but also the strength of my feet to really have that precise and quick footwork that the professionals are looking for. I feel like today went okay, a little bit off. Had a very intense upper body workout yesterday, so my arms hurt. But yeah, I think overall it was pretty good, although I do need to work on my stamina, so yikes. The second variation I'm doing is from La Bayadere, and I am doing the Gamzati temple variation, and this one is a lot more complicated. I've spent a lot more time on this one as far as character development. This one has a lot more character. Gamzati's story is she's a queen, really. She's a princess, she's regal. She is betrothed to this warrior prince, Solar, and when she finds out that he falls in love with this other temple dancer, she's pretty much heartbroken. And so basically she is heartbroken because she's been cheated on, so she decides to go and murder the love of his life. These ballets are very dark. But yeah, like her character is very complicated because she has so many emotions. And then when you have all that mix of emotions and then you're only performing one of those pieces, which is at the very end, the temple destruction variation, I had to really figure out, okay, how do I tie all of these emotions of sadness, anger, guilt together, and then also how do I portray that? And really, once I figured out that whole story of Gamzati, for some reason I could just connect with it. Not that it's happened to me, but it was just something that I could really connect with as far as the movements. And this particular dance is all about her begging the gods for forgiveness, but the gods are not merciful, so they destroy the temple anyway, and Solar and Nakia and Gamzati all die in the ruins. So another very tragic ballet. But I love this one. I feel so free doing it. It's one of my favorite pieces I've ever danced, and I just feel this like freedom to move, and like even like, I don't know, like if it's just like, even if I wanted to cry in this piece, I feel like I would have the freedom to do that because it's just a free moving piece, and I just love it. So. You want? Yeah. That variation is, I don't know, for some reason I just like feel it a little bit more, so it doesn't hurt as bad, if that makes any sense. It also flows a little bit better, and it's a little bit more contemporary, and I just, this is how I feel like. basically a small segment of a ballet. You have the many different dances. Some people would call it dance routines. That's probably more commonly known as far as commercial dancing and contemporary hip hop, all of that. In ballet, we call them variations. You have quite a list of what we call repertoire, and that is the entire ballet as a whole. Youth America Grand Prix is one of the world's biggest ballet competitions, and people from all over the world actually come to this one competition that they host in, I think it's from September till about April, and they go all over the world. They're working hard, and some of them are amazing. So I'm going in February, 22nd through the 24th, and I'm super excited to be there. I think it's important because, one, it gives you a performance experience under really high pressure. Two, you get judges' notes, which is actually really, really nice to be able to have that. You can talk with those teachers as well. The experience of it all is not just performing. You have the classes, you have the teachers one-on-one giving you corrections on paper, and actually everything that last year I was given as far as the variation, issues that I had with it last year, I actually brought it into this year and said, okay, they said I need to work on footwork. I need to work on footwork. They were saying I needed to work on my performance. I worked on performance, and I feel like this year I actually have a really good chance of possibly making it into the finals, because that's